What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, this is an unexpected video. I was actually getting ready to make an update video on my 2025 Ram Rebel. Yeah, the 1500 with the SST, the straight 6 turbo, 3-liter Hurricane. Yep, well, it's an unexpected video, so you're getting an early update. I was gonna wait till 5,000 miles. It didn't make it before it broke again. So I'm over here at Fort Thunder Harley-Davidson in Oklahoma City. I just sold both of my motorcycles. I sold both of them today, and I think I'm just done riding. And I've had a lot of you ask, in the previous videos when I was having problems with this, the issues seemed to arise when the truck was left idling. And a lot of you said, why would you leave your truck idling for half an hour? Who does that? Well, let me show you why I might leave my car idling for half an hour. It's this little munchkin right here. All right, it's warm out, it gets hot in the car, so when I have to run errands and I bring my dog with me, guess what? I leave my truck idling, and I know it's not good for it, but I don't care. That's not the point. The point is the truck should be able to run indefinitely, idling without misfiring. Unfortunately, that's not been the case with this truck since we got it. So here's the interesting thing. Earlier today, without letting it just sit and run, I got into the truck, I started it up with the trailer, and immediately the check engine light came on out of nowhere. And I was like, great. I had an appointment down here at Harley-Davidson to bring my last bike up here. The check engine light was not flashing, it was just on. And here it goes, misfiring right here, so you could clearly see it. Yeah, just a nice solid misfire now. And yeah, there it goes. It wasn't doing this earlier. It really wasn't. The check engine light did come on earlier, but there was no misfire. So I went ahead and drove it down here, and it's been fine. And then next thing you know, poof, here we go again. Now, I am nowhere near, number one, the dealership, number two, my house, and I don't know. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drive it. I don't have a choice. I got my trailer and everything with me. I've got to get this thing back down to AAR headquarters. It's almost an hour away. Here we go. Flashing again. Flashing again. And let me see if I can find my phone so I can verify the date. You guys can see this for yourselves. All right, it is Saturday, March 1st, and the mileage on this is currently 4,309 miles. I was almost ready to do an update video on this, and then poof, it all fell apart. So we're going to try to drive this thing about an hour with a trailer, get down to AR headquarters. We're going to hook up my good scanner, and we're going to find out what this thing's complaining about. Well, we made it down here to AAR headquarters, where I was able to hook up my fancy scan tool and try to get a better understanding of what's going on with this thing, because that little cheap one that I got is great. It'll show you codes, but it's not going to show you any of the complex codes. But I'm even having problems with this scan tool telling me exactly what's going on. We're going to walk away from all that noise, and then we're going to come back here. You guys should be able to see this a little bit better in the dark. But here's what we've got, and we've got stored, pending, stored. We've got some actives, and I'll tell you about this as we get into it. Okay, starting with the engine control module, we have a P018B-00, which is fuel pressure sensor 2 circuit performance. That's a stored code. Now, a lot of these are going to be stored because I just got through driving an hour down here. It's like 60 miles. So a lot of the things that were happening that were causing problems when it was sitting idle over at Fort Thunder Harley-Davidson, these things have gone into stored mode because there hasn't been an issue since we started driving it. Next, cylinder 5 misfire. We've seen this before. It's a P0305. That is a pending. Then we have the electronic shift module. Implausible data received from the transmission control module. That's a U0402-00. Then we have a U145D-00. Implausible data received from TCM on D-PT. I don't even know what that means. HVAC active. U0422-00. Implausible data received from body control module active. Then we have body control module, U0155-00, lost communication with the cluster, CCN. I'm assuming that's the cluster CAN bus network, stored. Then we have a B11FA-00 humidity sensor internal active code. Then we have an Entertainment telematic module, B15A1-00 media port 1 connection stored. Then we have a display screen module. We have a B21DD-84 system voltage signal below allowable range stored. This is interesting because the battery voltage should not be low in this. The truck was left running, charging. This battery should never have been low. Then we have a TBM2 telematic box module, U0080-00. Please refer to the service manual stored. Then we have a brake system control module. We have C121A-00 steering angle sensor not initialized. Oh, great. Stored. Then we have an integrated trailer control module, right tow lamp, left trailer turn lamp, right turn lamp, trailer connection signal plausibility failure, all stored. So there's what we got. And I'd love to just clear these codes. I really would. If we go into cylinder 5 Misfire, see, we don't have any freeze frame data, I guess. You got to go into the individual modules, I guess. So let's go into the individual modules here, and let's see what we can find for freeze frame data. We don't have any. It didn't save the freeze frame data? Really? So you can't see the conditions at which point these codes were set. Perfect. That's perfect. So obviously, even though I've got a fancy scanner and I can get into all these things, I can do all kinds of stuff with this, but I'm not going to. Remember, this truck is under warranty. I'm simply using my fancy scanner to try to get a better understanding of what's actually going on before I have to send this back to the dealer again. And I know what you guys are thinking. Lemon law. You might be right. You might be right. Let me explain to you real quick how the lemon law works. It varies state to state, and we've been through this before on a brand new Chevy Corvette that I bought for my Christmas present in 2019, and it looks like we could very well be heading back there again on this Ram. So lemon law is not something you want to do. It's not fun, and generally speaking, it's going to involve getting an attorney, and that's always a lot of fun. So here's how the lemon law works here in Oklahoma. Number one, it only applies to brand new vehicles. There's a lot of confusion. A lot of people think that you can lemon law a used vehicle. Doesn't apply. Maybe in your state, in Oklahoma, doesn't fly because Oklahoma is an as-is state, meaning automatically when you buy a used vehicle, it's automatically as-is. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You can't argue it. You can't fight it. You cannot file a lemon law claim on a used vehicle. Now, this truck I bought brand new. Even though it had 500 miles on the odometer, it's a new truck. I bought it with a manufacturer certificate of origin. They abbreviate it, call it an MSO. It's like a brown, it's not really a title. It's the MSO. You change that into a title. I just got the tags done. I just transferred the MSO into a title into my name. And I thought, the truck went to the dealer. It was that engine cover they replaced last time. They took it off because they said it was causing too much heat buildup under the hood. And I thought that made sense. Sure, okay. And removing a beauty cover off the engine, I don't care. It's got a little bit of foam under it to help quiet down those direct injection injectors. But, whatever. If that fixes the problem, I'm flexible, man. I'm not looking to have to go fight anybody. I'm not looking to get a lawyer, and I'm not looking to have to do a whole lemon law thing. I've been through it before. I don't want to do it again. I don't. I actually love the truck. That's the sad part of it, is I actually really love the Rebel. I loved the TRX, but it got like 0 miles a gallon, and it was just totally an impractical truck, but at the same time, a perfect truck for like everything except practicality. I mean, if you wanted to go off-road, it was totally capable of that. It would tow, and it did all right, but the squat on that thing was pretty bad. The squat on this is actually much less than it was on my TRX. The TRX had so much power. It was so much fun. It was so smooth to drive when you weren't towing something, whereas this truck is actually much smoother and really handles a whole lot better when you're towing stuff behind it. And the gas mileage is far superior in this. Obviously, you lose horsepower, but who cares? Like, I'm over the TRX, and I'm really all about this Rebel. I have fallen in love with this truck because for my use, It's perfect. It is the perfect blend of everything that I need in a truck that's going to be used pretty much daily. So continuing on with the lemon law here in Oklahoma, if that's the direction this has to go, there's some circumstances that have to be met first. And the main one is going to be your vehicle needs to be brought in for service for the same issue or an issue that's directly related to the original issue 3 times. All right, 3 times it has to be brought in for the same issue or an issue that was caused by the original issue. So we're about to take it back to the dealership. This is going to be time number 2 for the exact same issue. Now, with that said, they ordered a control module that they said they thought was the culprit. However, I am very suspect about that because if you saw the codes, we've got transmission control module problems, which we had those before. Cylinder 5 misfire, we had that before. And then we've got a fuel pressure sensor low. That's something I don't know if we had before or not, but low fuel pressure? Now, there's losing communication with several of the networks. There's something else very buggy going on with this truck. I don't think installing a new ignition control module, which by the way, they can't install it because it's back ordered. You can't even get it. So that brings me to the next thing. If your vehicle is brought into service and they hold it over 30 days and they're not able to repair it within that 30 days, then you can also file a lemon law claim. So those are the 2 bases for being able to file lemon law on a new vehicle in the state of Oklahoma. And we are about to take it back to the dealer for the same problem we had before, time number 2. And thankfully, we've got video footage of all of this stuff going down. This is very disappointing for me. I have to use my truck tomorrow. And this is the problem. This truck is not a toy. This is not my secondary vehicle. I sold my Tesla, which was my primary vehicle. This is really frustrating. I just sold my Tesla. Today I sold 2 motorcycles and my truck breaks. Well, let me tell you what I'm supposed to be doing tomorrow. Today, number 1, I had to haul motorcycles around. I use my truck. It's not just a toy. It's not to look pretty. I use my truck. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to go with Monkey Wrench Mike. I have to pick up one of his cars over there tonight. I'm about to load it up on the trailer, and I have to haul it from here all the way back to my house. Then in the morning, I have to haul it to his house in Tulsa, which is a total of about 3-hour drive from where we're at right now. Then I get to pick Monkey Wrench Mike up, and we drive all the way back here to AR headquarters, another 3 hours back down here, where I'm going to load up another car and then carry it 3 hours back to Monkey Wrench Mike's house while he drives another one. And the goal is to try to move 3 vehicles back to his house. That's going to be a total of 3, 6, 9. Wow. I'm going to be on the road for like 9 hours tomorrow. And a total of 3 hours hauling one car to him, then empty, and then so it's going to be 6 hours loaded. 6 hours with heavy cars loaded on this trailer. And I have to do this tomorrow. It's my last day to get this done, and my truck is acting up. This is not acceptable. This is a truck that I need to work. And the worst part of this is I can't take it to the dealership on tomorrow because it's Sunday for me. Today is March 1st. It's Sunday. Dealership's not open. And then the next sucky part is even when I do take it there, they're going to tell me that they don't have a loaner because that's what happened last time. And they're going to tell me they'll get me something from Enterprise, but they're not going to authorize me a truck. So what good does it do if they put me in like an SUV? What am I going to do with that? I bought a truck because I need a truck. I bought a truck with a trailer hitch and a tow package because I have to tow things. It's part of my job. This is part of how I make my living. And to be told, by the way, we don't have a truck for you. I don't have a truck here. I don't have a backup truck that I can use. So basically, if they don't put me into a truck as a loaner, I'm screwed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say to hell with it. Tomorrow, currently, it is not misfiring. It did not misfire the whole way from once we got on the road. This is the interesting thing. Once we got out of the parking lot, I mean, it was chug-a-lug-a-lugging. Like, it was, like, not happy. And then magically, it all cleared up. And it started running fine. And the rest of the way down here, I was able to set to cruise control on 75 miles an hour, and we just cruised all the way down here with no issue. The issues seem to start arising when the truck has idled. Before it was 20 minutes, Now it seems like maybe it's 30, 35 minutes, somewhere around there. So removing the cover maybe helped, but this didn't solve the problem. And I know a lot of you are out there saying you shouldn't be idling your truck for that long. Nobody should. Listen, police cars do it all the time. And I know this truck is not a pursuit vehicle equipped truck, okay? It's not technically designed for long idle time. But here's the thing, guys. I can take any one of my cars out here. I can fire them up. I can let them idle all day long. I can let cars idle for an hour, 2 hours if I want to. And you know what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. Because they're designed this way. It may not be good for them to sit and idle, but they shouldn't start misfiring or overheating or having electrical issues. That should not happen. I am not the only person that owns a pet. I promise you. I'm not the only person that needs to go run some errands and leaves my animal in the car with the air conditioning on while I run inside. You should be able to let your vehicle idle 6 hours in a row if you need to. And it should still run exactly the way it was designed to. So there is absolutely something wrong with this truck. And this is funny. I just got a notification from my Ram app that said that there's a new health report available for my vehicle. And I'm like, oh, okay. It probably saw the check engine light. Do you see all this? It's all green check marks. According to this, yet again, the truck is perfectly fine. And I told you that I was having some quirks. This is completely unrelated. We have other issues with the truck, and I'll bet the check engine light is still on. Oh, it wouldn't start? There we go. Okay. That's different. Anyway, let's go over here, and right here we get to our media screen. And I'm sorry for the red lines that you see. That's not real. Like, I don't know if I can see how they kind of start going. I don't know. That's the refresh of the screen that you're seeing on the camera. It's not real. Those lines do not exist. But here's the problem that I'm having. We have a radio. Okay, works great. Change the station. Change it again. Works great. Now, this is your tuning knob, all right? So, change it. Works great, right? Okay, let's turn it down before we get demonetized. Let's go to media. Now let's go to Sirius XM because I love Sirius. I'm subscribed to Sirius XM. Now let's go home. All right. Don't judge me. Yes, I'm listening to pop rocks. I don't care, all right? Now, here we go. We've got our Sirius XM down here. All right? Now let's change the channel just like we did with FM. Let's turn it up a little. Uh-oh. Wait. What? Okay, no problem. You can grab the tuning knob and change Sirius XM stick. Nope. Nope, you can't do anything. I cannot access. This is pause. This should pause the radio, the XM. This should rewind it. It does nothing. Sirius XM does absolutely nothing. If you go to my presets, I used to have these loaded up. I had all my presets on here. They're all gone. They're all gone. It's now just these pop rocks. It's all gone. So I cannot change. Welcome to Sirius XM. Yeah. If you click on browse right here. No, you cannot change the station. So we still have the check engine light on. That's not going to go away, I guess. I have things to haul tomorrow, and that's just the way it's going to have to be. There's nothing I can do about it. I've got this plan with Monkey Wrench Mike, and as long as it's not currently misfiring, I don't see any reason to change my plans. The only thing I wish I knew was the code. When I first started the truck this morning, like first thing in the morning, I started the truck, check engine light came on immediately. No clue why. I should have ran the diagnostic to find out what that code was. So that's very frustrating. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop this trailer real quick. We're going to load up this trailer. Then we're going to load up one of Mike's cars, probably his Lexus LS 460. We'll strap it down, and then I think after that we're going to conclude this video. Stay tuned though. I'm going to come back in a separate video. We're going to find out what the dealership says. I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful that we can get to the bottom of this, guys. I do not want to file a lemon law claim on this truck. I don't want to. I actually love the truck. I want to keep the truck. So I just hope we can figure out what the hell is wrong with it and I can go on about my life, because otherwise I'm going to end up having to trade this thing in and swap it out for something with a Hemi. All right, well, we've got everything loaded up. I've had the truck idling for a while. No check engine light flashing. It's hard to tell, like, is it heat related? I don't know. Is it time related? I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that we got good old monkey wrench Mike's Lexus LS460 loaded up on the trailer, man. She is ready to go. Hopefully the truck does okay. Listen, I can't interrupt my schedule. I got things to do. People count on me, and I'm gonna be there, man. Unless the truck breaks down. If it absolutely just steadfastly breaks down and refuses to make the trip, that's different. Otherwise, we're doing the damn thing, man. Beautiful, beautiful LS462, man. Mike, I think you did good on this one. Oh, I locked it. Yeah, well, you'll see it on his channel again soon. I think you guys have already seen it on there before. Truck looks pretty good. I think I got a pretty good tongue weight on this, man. I've got it right over the axles. The engine just a little bit forward of the axles, obviously. Put a little weight on the tongue, but not too much. The squat on the truck, as I was telling you before, it's not that bad. I mean, it is a half-ton truck, so you can expect that it's going to squat, especially when you compare it to the front end over here. And I'll get you guys do you see that? A little wider shot. Let me get out of the way there. Maybe that helps. I don't know. It's a tough truck, man. Front end's definitely up a little bit. Back end is definitely squatting a little bit. Remember, the LS460 is a big ass car, guys. That's not a little car. She's big. She's a big car. Let's see what the mileage is currently before we continue on our journey. So you can see the check engine light still on. Mileage is 4,360 miles. So there it is. Let's see if we make it back to my house. And then will it make it to Tulsa? Well, guys, I decided we're going to start a whole nother video about trying to haul all these cars, because it's going to be an all-day event. It's going to turn this video into this video is going to be crazy long if I try to add in that separate footage. So I'm going to do a separate video, so stay tuned to see if the truck makes it hauling. We're going to be hauling for at least 6 hours. And the total drive time is going to be probably 9 hours or more, somewhere between 9 to 12 hours of driving with a trailer. And 9 of those is probably going to be, 6 to 9 of those is going to be with a car hauling on the back of the truck. So do me a favor, comment below. Number one, tell me what you think the problem is. Surely somebody out there that watches these videos is a tech over at FCA, right? Surely somebody has seen this before. Somebody's got an idea of what's going on. Drop your comments below and tell me what you think. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.